Ho, 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 wake up gamers, cause it's the big think dimension with KZ Excellent,
I'm optimistic about things.
Dan and Bob Video Games,
You see that mountain? You can fuck another man on that mountain.
and Mr. Feel,
Good grief.
here on GigaBoots.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
So, I tried to play Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Now, the phrasing of that sentence is very important. Tried to play.
Right. What went wrong?
I did something audacious, Bob. I did something outlandish and unreasonable.
Uh-huh.
I tried to play it on the Xbox.
Oof. Oof. I'm sorry.
Guys, you don't fucking
That
understand.
should be a better experience.
Yeah, it really should. And I don't mean better from the PS4. I mean better because what I experienced today was a fucking nightmare. Bob,
What are you talking about? It's raw.
the Xbox One X would not acknowledge that I was inserting discs. That's the level of not functioning it was today.
What?
I kept inserting old discs too to be like, maybe it's just this disc from the red box. Maybe it's messed up. No, it just stopped acknowledging it had a disc drive. It was having a fun time
Got
doing
the
that.
sad update.
And I was like, maybe it's because it's trying to update EA Battlefront 2 right now with the 6 gig update. And then I noticed the bit rate it was going at was like 100 megabits per second. And then I started thinking about Sony's shitty servers and started getting frustrated over that while I'm sitting here trying to get this game to fucking register that I have the disc inside of it. And I was like, maybe this is why they're doing a diskless Scarlet, because in actuality, the operating system has been diskless this whole time. They just want to make it easier on themselves.
Did you play it in game mode?
After a lot of work, I got it to play. I had to because in Eric's losing his mind. Eric's never seen an Xbox like what the UI looks like, so he's already losing it over the fact I inserted a disc.
Did you
nothing
accidentally
popped
go
up.
into the store?
Is Eric real?
Well, he only owns PlayStation stuff. He's never owned an Xbox. He's never owned.
Because I just imagine him being like, I love Kirby, and I've never seen the UI of any other console that can't play a Kirby game.
I mean, he's also seen the PS4, to be fair. But I stick the disc in, nothing happens. I stick the disc in and go to the games. I could install menu. Nothing's there. Nothing's anywhere.
So did you?
I go, okay, I need to turn this shit off because it's not even pausing this update is working. So I hold the button and it pops up with the menu where it says turn off console. And Eric goes, yeah, that. And I'm like, no, that doesn't actually turn off the console. He goes, excuse me? I'm like, yeah, that doesn't put
But
turn
it
off.
says turn off the console.
It says turn off the console, but it actually puts it in a standby mode. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I got to crawl through the settings to find the option that says full shutdown.
Really? I didn't even know that was there.
What are you fucking talking about?
No,
Like,
this is
it's
real.
PS4, you just hold the button and it's like power options, rest, restart, off.
Yeah, no,
The Xbox had the fucking stupid Kinect, so it's like never fully shut off, is deep in its fucking architecture.
Yeah, no, so I have to go into those options and tell it to full shutdown. The only reason I knew this existed is because you have to do this when you turn off HDCP, by the way. You have to full shut down the console in order to turn off HDCP.
I always
Clown
just
shit.
like
It really is.
I tried it down and I yanked the power cord out. I was like, that's how you do a full shutdown. You
Honestly,
figured
that's
it
what
out.
Eric was saying. I was like, Eric, no, if you hit turn off console, it goes into standby mode. And he's like, yeah, and that's when you pull the power cable off, and then that really turns it off. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Eric.
You hit the power button
I
2
think
times,
they have
make sure
good
you get
ideas.
everything out of the resistors.
Yeah, that's a healthy way to treat your electronics. You're totally right.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, after doing
Did you
a full,
have fun with Jedi Fallen Order?
so after I did a full shutdown and rebooted it, finally realized it has a disk drive and that I may have put a disk in it. And it starts installing Jedi Fallen Order, and then it has a pop-up. And I haven't noticed this pop-up before, but it exists. This was just the first time I read the text and kind of laughed at it. It says, there is a 700 meg update. If you don't install this, you cannot play this on your console. The reason why is that's the patch to make it work on the Xbox One X.
What? They have a special patch for the
What is
Xbox One
Xbox
X?
gaming? What is it? What is it?
That's literally how it phrases it. I'm not making that up. It says you need to install this update to play this on your console because it's the 4K update. It's the Xbox One X enhanced version.
I've never seen that.
They don't spool out the 4K updates to anything that isn't, that isn't the Xbox One X. So they don't send people on those other systems those updates because it would be wasteful. Like, why would you want someone to download, hundreds of megs of textures or whatever when they have an S? So they, and the phrasing just made me lose it. I was like, download this 700 megs or you don't own a video game. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So, Bob,
What's up?
I successfully download that update. But then it takes so long to install the fucking Jedi Fallen Order. And I was like, Eric, this is something you may also not know because you don't own an Xbox. It takes so long to install the same games that are on PlayStation that we're going to be here for a while. Do you want me to make you an Orange Julius? And he says, yes, I would love an Orange Julius. So I go into the kitchen and use my brand new blender to make an Orange Julius. Make the whole recipe, slowly drink it, very slowly for me, as we have a conversation about numerous topics. Finally go, clean the dishes, clean the blender, put everything away. It's still installing.
Okay, Dan, I got to see you near the beginning of this game. When did this process start?
Okay, I would say the attempt was made to start playing this video game over an hour before you got home. It was about an hour and 20. There's a lot of trying to figure out why it wouldn't acknowledge Blu-rays were in it. What I'm trying to say, guys, is maybe there's a reason people don't like Xbox.
No, it's just clearly all of that's fine.
You're just a Sony pony.
The one positive thing I got to point at was achievements tell you the progress on them. And Eric's like, that's a neat feature. And I'm like, that's from the 360.
Yes.
I lost the plot in the middle of your story. So
What do you mean?
I thought the Xbox One X was asking you if you wanted an Orange Julius while it installed the game.
I mean, that would be console of the generation if it did that.
Who cares about back compat?
Project Scarlet actually has a fucking blender attached to it, and I'm like, would you like a smoothie while you wait for your game to install?
Oh, yeah. I would love that.
Of the PS3, we were talking about, the PS3 makes you a sandwich bowl and install Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah. You use the Foreman grill attachment for the PS3 and you grill yourself a nice flatbread sandwich while you wait for Devil May Cry 4 to finish installing over the next 2 weeks. Fucking man. Also, I had a fucking nightmare trying to make soup with that blender. That was a mistake. I have a different idea of what a medium russet potato is from it, and I accidentally turned my soup into mashed potatoes, which caused a giant air bubble to form inside of it, and then it just overheated twice. It sucked.
Ruh-roh.
The moral of the story is if you're not making something really thin like a tomato bisque or something like that, don't listen to fucking Vitamix. Don't make a soup with your fucking blender. Don't do it. Just make great smoothies. Anyways. So that was my fucking adventure trying to play video games.
Did you have fun?
No.
That sounds too much like PC gaming.
Bob, I've never had that much trouble with PC gaming.
Amazing.
It was easier to get Lost Planet to work, in my opinion, because at least I knew, like, I could Google.
Oh my god!
I could Google what isn't working, and then I did the thing, and it worked. There's no, hey guys, why is the Xbox not acknowledging the disk drive? Oh man. Casey, what have you been playing over the last week?
There's a lot of game playing in your summary there. I'm really impressed. You sometimes I feel like you don't have enough time to play things, and when you do, you get a lot done.
I nearly lost my mind over the fucking, I have so little time to fucking do this, and then when I do this, it's a nightmare that no one else is experiencing.
I just downloaded that game to my PS4, and then it said install, and it went for 3 seconds and said, okay, do you want to launch it now? I'm like, yeah, I do. But I played all of Jedi Fallen Order, and cool. Then we'll be talking about that eventually. And after that, I decided, because I own it, I picked up Star Wars Battlefront 2 again to give that a shot, because they have the new like updated edition came out today, so I at least wanted to see what they did to that game.
What, they added something today?
Yeah, that's why that update was going, convincing me that update was why it wouldn't acknowledge the game in the disk drive.
It's I think it's like Star Wars Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition or something. They pushed out. It's a main thing where you buy it and it gives you the game, but it gives you every single cosmetic that exists for the game, and like some other stuff, some exclusive stuff early, and then they're also going to push out an update in a couple of weeks for the new movie, like a brand new map, a few brand new looks for some of the characters, new units to use in the game. But I just booted up my old copy to see how the multiplayer is, because I know nothing's going to be done to that story mode to make it not. Yeah. So I booted up the multiplayer, and they made some changes that I think are pretty important to that game. Like, you don't have to buy heroes in this game anymore.
Oh, wow.
That was one of my biggest problems with this, is you go through that story mode, you still don't have enough credits to buy a single hero. You can't like buy Luke Skywalker with the credits that you get from beating the story mode. But now all of them are there, and there's like 20 or 30 different heroes across all the different eras. And the main thing you'll spend your credits on are like different cosmetics for them, like different looks for Luke or Count Dooku in his underwear.
I mean, there are heroes on both sides.
Damn it, Bob.
I hope Mara Jade is added.
They got everyone in there. They even have Lando for some fucking reason. He's one of your playable heroes. Whenever you kill him and he runs out of health, he gets on his knees and puts his hands up like, no, I'm done.
What does he ever? But Lando's the total sum of Lando's resume is betrayed everybody, piloted the Millennium Falcon for a minute.
Hey, man, you obviously have not watched Solo, but Bob and I have over the last week. Bob, tell us some things Lando does in that movie.
Sits in the ship, wears some capes.
Is implied to fuck a robot or want to fuck a robot.
That's about it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that because it was one of those stupid fucking news cycles where it's like, oh, fuck. Test audiences aren't liking this movie. Somebody some flavor of gay? We don't know. Please come see our movie.
He's a something sexual?
It's Mad Libs.
God, it probably is.
Does he wear his cape, or is he in his like Jabba sneak-in outfit?
I think he's just in his old look from Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Does he look like the actor in Empire Strikes Back, or does he look like Daniel Glover?
Oh, he looks like the old version, because I think this was added before Solo even came out.
Wait a second, it's Donald Glover. God damn it. I'm like, that name isn't right.
It's okay. We could have passed it, and you could just remove the one person who was going to mention it in the comments.
Oh, just hide them from the channel? No one calls me out on not knowing American actors' names? Bam!
Yeah, unless it's Chris Pratt.
Hey, at least I was close. I haven't called anyone Rich Evans yet.
All right, so in the heroes menu, I lost my fucking mind because it includes hero ships. Because in this game, the general flow of all of the multiplayer matches, aside from like the heroes villains fighting game-esque one, is you play it and you earn points as you play the objective, and then you can respawn as better units or heroes. So the flight one would have Millennium Falcon, and they have 3 of them. And I'm like, why are there 3 Millennium Falcon heroes? It's Han Solo and Chewbacca, Rey and Chewbacca, Lando, and what's his name from Return of the Jedi?
Does that motherfucker? Well, of course he has a name. I bet it's something fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but his name was listed.
Oh my god, I knew this earlier this week.
Wait, what? Which character?
Nien Nunb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nimnub, I think is how you supposed to say it.
Oh,
Yeah, but you look and it's just 3 Millennium Falcons that look slightly different. One looks a little bit more gray.
One probably has a different radar
extra
dish.
things on it. Yeah, it's stuff like that. And they're
Why does every Star Wars character have the worst fucking name in existence?
I don't know. I feel like Darth N-Word the Wise has a pretty good name.
stop.
Like the fucking in Attack of the Clones, the guy that tries to sell Obi-Wan death sticks, his name is Ellen Sleaze Bogano.
Please, can you say it more like sleaze bag? I need it to just be super obvious why.
Sleaze Bogano.
Baganu. Baganu. Bagina.
Sleaze Bogano.
By the way, I would like to know to anyone who hasn't watched, and I'm sure Bob and I may talk about it during his weekend recap, to anyone who hasn't watched Rogue One or Solo, just imagine Rich Evans yelling ATSTs over and over and over for like
See, I was going to say,
hours.
don't.
Yeah, just 4 hours of ATSTs.
I'm sorry, you gotta
Stompa, Wampa Stompa.
Yes.
stop talking about Wampa Stompa.
Never.
Okay, well I tried.
God.
What's up? Bob?
There's so
overall,
much stuff, but it's bad.
No, it's great. It's great. The video hasn't come out when we recorded this, which makes KZ's comment even funnier, in my opinion.
Yes, because it's Casey has to wait multiple days to find out the darkness's Wampa Stompa.
I have no idea what Wampa Stompa is, but I think saying it like ATST is funny.
It is funny. It is very funny.
I'm surprised you haven't done that with Mara Jade yet.
That's a different kind of fanboy cadence.
Doesn't really match the same tone.
But yeah, I played a few hours of Battlefront 2. It is a lot better than it was at launch, just from the fact that they released it with not a lot of stuff, just like the first time they released it. But there are plenty of maps, bunch of different modes. Being able to have all the heroes unlocked makes it so that it doesn't feel like they don't have a full game here, and they've ripped out a chunk for you to grind to get. They got rid of that. Still looks and sounds fantastic, and it's, I wouldn't say it has a lot of depth. It's more of a get in, get out, like arcadey type of thing. But I enjoyed my time with it. I'm probably going to mess around with it some more.
We actually just finished recording, I think 3 days ago, the video for the other Battlefront 2. And we haven't yet played the one you're talking about. So I have a question based on what is in the other one.
Yeah.
Do you get to play as a Wampa, and do you get to Stompa?
Fucking God, I hate you. Stringing me along, thinking I'm getting a real fucking question.
It is a real question. You get to Wampa Stompa that one.
Inquiring minds need to know, KZ.
Inquiring minds need to know.
Of the maps I've played, I have encountered no Wampas and no Stompas.
Inferior.
So the Wampa isn't a hero?
There are heroes on both sides, but none of them are Wampas.
How do we have anyone from any of the prequels but no Wampas? I don't get it.
No, that is pretty confusing.
We've got Anakin. We've got Count Dooku, who has a costume where he's just in his pajamas that you have to pay currency for. You got Yoda. I played the heroes and villains mode where you get a team of good guys and bad guys from all eras, and then you just meme everywhere. I'm playing as Feel. I've been doing pretty good at it.
Me, Kylo Ren. You've been playing
Yes.
Kylo Ren. Is that
I've been playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been playing as Kylo Ren, and he's like, I like they're embracing the goof in this one a little bit more, where I'm on the villains team, and the Emperor is, of course, one of the playable ones, and I see him get a kill streak, and they're going, the Emperor of Extermination doing what he does best. And he's just doing weird-ass jump flips across the map, just killing everyone.
Yeah, no, that's. I feel like that's what that game should have been. So I'm glad that they updated it and, stop making you pay for heroes. That's nuts.
Yeah, I'm glad that they that because it's like free, there are no season pass or anything. I was able to pick up a game I bought at launch, play it, and go, I'm not really missing anything, really, except cosmetics.
Cool. Bob, you had a question?
Yeah. Do you get to actually jump into vehicles that are on the map, or you still need to like kill guys and get enough points to be a vehicle?
Yeah, it's that. So
okay, still that.
When you play the objective a little bit, and then you can do it. The points are pretty low, so it's like there's better soldiers, then there's like vehicles, and then there are the heroes. And I found myself being able to get a vehicle like off 2 deaths, maybe, so long as I'm pushing toward an objective, because they give points pretty.
But that means you also like can't get in and out of your vehicle, right? You spawn as the vehicle and you're just
yeah. You're the living It's not ideal. Like the PS2 era games aren't going to be topped of just find this thing and jump inside it, and just do stuff, and nothing will really match the space battles that were in those games. But this is still solid.
I mean, I don't even have that much experience with the original Battlefronts. That's what I like about the older Battlefields, and they also changed that to that same system of you don't. Yeah,
it's like I think we were talking about it the other day of like DICE hates fun.
They're like, we need to balance our game, and it's like, but no, as long as people have fun with it, that's kind of
you aren't gonna get into competitive space here, man. It's what the game you made is.
Could you
make it as
Who
dumb
the
as
fuck
possible?
Is gonna be like, I need competitive Battlefront.
Could you imagine? I mean,
yay!
Their fucking E3 conference basically was them being
oh
like,
my god! Yeah, it was. Never mind. They tried it. It was bad.
I forgot about that.
Where their conference is like, and we're going to end with 55 minutes of Battlefront 2. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about?
We're now going to have commentators try to commentate over random fucking cameras all over the field.
You okay over there?
Everything on stage at E3 in any conference, it's like, let's pretend we're watching some competition and not bullshit. Here's our fucking weird shoutcasters. It's just like, do you have a fun grenade? I'll just stick it in my mouth. Anything to escape this.
This is really tragic, Feel, because that's how the console reveals are going to go. Okay, now let's check out that boot up time. We've got a PS5 compared to an Xbox One X.
I'll come. But think that was what we had for 2017 EA E3, where they're like an hour of this Battlefront 2 thing and influencers telling you, I got to see it early, I think it's great. And then 2018 we got sitting in the audience with Vince Zampella, tell us, what's the name of your Star Wars game? We won't make a trailer because then we will have to spend money on it.
I don't know, man. You missed my favorite part of 2017, where there was a man who was up at the table.
No.
And they were like, hey, you play that card game? And he's like, yeah, I've spent hundreds of dollars. It's a real problem. And it's like, why is the host telling us this is an addictive thing that's a problem?
Yeah, the Galaxy's Edge or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. No, that was a fucking moment, man.
Dan, are you the encyclopedia of E3 content?
Yes, he is.
Every time there's a nightmare at E3, it kind of gets burned onto my soul like a brand.
You know how Evo moments are usually pretty cool?
This is the reverse.
Yeah.
This is the Sith of Evo moments.
Question, what is the Evo moment 37 of E3?
Probably 1 million soldiers. The 99 Nights 2. 1 million.
Wow. Well, that's it for me for this week.
God damn, I love E3. Hey, Phil, what have you been playing over the last week?
I played a couple things. I've been playing more Pokemon. Boy, that Battle Tower does not have very much content in it.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's kind of maybe the worst version of that idea they've ever done in a game in terms of like keeping your brain working.
Shit.
That's unfortunate. I played none of those Battle Tower things.
Well, because in previous ones, like other characters would show up. In this one, it's just Leon. It's always Leon. He's like, "Hey, you beat my ass 7 times already. I'm here again."
He's got like a butler outfit.
Watch out!
I'm gonna show you my Gigantamax Charizard again. You have somebody with a Tyranitar. Okay, I'm owned.
I'll leave now. Boo, do, 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 do.
Mostly, I don't even know why I'm still playing it. It's like, okay, I
get made a server for us to do Pokemon things in too.
That's
because I want to at least get like have Pokemon I like that are useful theoretically sitting in a box. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, I have this perfect level 100 Gallade with good moves. And that like itches my brain a little bit. Other than that, I played Gujuan 3. I mentioned it a couple podcasts ago.
Yeah.
It's like and if you're somebody who knows more about Chinese gaming than me, this is just what websites told me covering it. So if it's not true, don't blame me. Like, this is like their version of a AAA RPG.
Oh, cool.
Like, this is the Chinese AAA RPG. It's kind of structured like every middleware Eurojank RPG you ever played.
Okay.
Where you have like zones and you can get side quests, and it has action combat, which is where most of those Eurojank RPGs fly off a fucking cliff.
Mm-hmm.
This one doesn't really fly off a cliff. This one is fine. You have like a parry and some moves, and most of the combat is about pummeling the enemy's dick, and then all of your specials interrupt them.
How do you spell? How do you spell the name of this game, real quick?
Gujian 3.
Oh, okay. The way you said it, I thought it was gochujang, which is like a sauce. And I was like, well, I tried my best to Google it.
Gujan.
Yeah, Gujian. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. I'm looking at it now. Okay, I got some pictures.
It looks really pretty, even though it does look cheap in some places, and it has some cool stuff. Like, I was like, wow, there's like an Advent Children-esque sword fight in this cutscene. It's pretty raw.
Oh, you're getting me excited. I have to buy the game.
That translation though, oh boy.
Oh no.
Translation is like obviously they just hired somebody to do it. They didn't get like a localization company to do it, and boy does it show.
Yeah.
I would say this is like sub most fan translations.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty rough.
Is it machine done? Does it feel like that?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not machine. It's not machine done. It's better than that. It's better than that, but it's worse than basically anything you would ever expect to be sold. But it's still pretty cool. I'm having fun. Like, there was a boss fight where you can sword clash with them if one of your suit specials hits theirs, and it felt very organic. And you get like a little QTE that is just entirely determined by your attacks colliding like that. And your dodge is on crack.
Ooh.
Imagine like one step below a blink, and it starts frame 1, and you can do it out of anything. That's your dodge. So you hit the button and you just like blur 5 feet to the side instantly. I'm like, oh, that feels... The dodge is the best feeling thing in the game. It feels ridiculous. If you had this dodge in any other game, you'd be fucking murdering everything.
Yeah, this game looks pretty cool. I'm watching videos on YouTube now. Definitely has...
I haven't played that long into it though. I haven't even really started like the main story. I'm like 2 hours in. I'm like still in the intro, I think. It has a weird... I get like a weird Final Fantasy 15 vibe from it in places.
Mostly the part where they get out and push the car, right?
It's hard to explain, but it's like, wow, and I'm walking through like this ruined thing floating in like a globe of water. This feels a lot like Final Fantasy 15.
When you said globe of water, I think of Blitzball stadiums from Final Fantasy 10.
He said globe of water, and I thought Final Fantasy 13 style skybox.
And there's like a dude with long white hair who's like arrogant, and then immediately
now I'm
gets
thinking
owned.
of Final Fantasy 7. I don't know which game you thought this was.
Well, also, the very opening of the game is you playing as a king, who and the end of it is like a boss fight that feels a lot like Titan in 15.
Bad?
No, Titan, but done better.
Okay.
Important detail.
Speaking of E3 presentations, I can't imagine Dan's face watching that fucking Titan demo.
That fucking sucked.
Oh my God. It was so bad. Tabata just, for the rest of E3 during live streams, talked about how bad that dude was at that game, and they made him stream it again.
Yeah, I remember that. That was very awkward. That was so awkward.
Very pleased that this game has apparently better set piece boss fights.
I'm looking at this game. I'd rather play this than Final Fantasy 15, but maybe that's just me.
I'll take your word for it.
Now all I can think of is the beta version of Final Fantasy 15 they released, where you could go break out of the world and find Titan shoved in some rock.
Yes. People are like, if you go to the world boundary and jump right as a car's about to hit you, it will push you out of the world.
But yeah, this game seems really neat. I wish I had a better translation. Looks very pretty.
Yeah, I actually had to turn down the settings because I was like, oh, I can't actually run this in 1440p. At top settings, it does not have a good frame rate.
This is where Dan upsets people who do not own nice things. Dan has no time to play video games, but owns a 1080 Ti for color grading purposes.
Well, that's because you use it for videos,
yeah. I render all of our videos on it nowadays, too, so...
But I'll probably play it some more. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty neat. I also played... Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD because it was on sale on Black Friday and I bought it.
Bob, when he told me he bought it on Black Friday, 2 days after Black Friday, I got furious because I was like, shit, I didn't even think of checking that game.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for it, Phil?
20.
I would have bought it for 20.
It's fun, like the aspect where you're basically just throw yourself down this cliff, you stupid fucking asshole, is how a lot of the levels feel.
Yeah, it's the game I remember.
I'm kind of curious to play the earlier ones because it feels like there are aspects of this, there are ways you could massively improve this game by like adding a ranking system and adding like optional collectibles, none of which this one has. I don't know if the previous ones had those.
The first one didn't really have that. I don't know about the in-betweens. Like, I didn't play any past the original on GameCube, so...
I remember most people being sad that this one is the one that got the port. People wanted a deluxe, which I played some of, and that was really solid.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very basic. It's just like, do all these fun, fast-paced tracks, and also a bunch of mini games like bowling and other things that they could find a way to use the monkey ball stuff with.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they might be going to do that one as well, because they did like polls of what do you want to see. And that, I think a port of Deluxe 1 and 2 or whatever it is beat out new monkey ball game.
That's cruel, but
Why?
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Like Dan, right now, if Activision said, what would you rather have, Tony Hawk 1 through 4 HD and it actually feels like the original ones, or a new Tony Hawk game that you have no guarantee will be good at all?
All I'm saying with the Super Monkey Ball games is they don't have a track record of fucking shit up 2 or 3 times in a row. No, it's 4. The last 4 Tony Hawk games were shit. God!
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of fucking
they had the 2 motion control ones.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Raw.
No. Stop it.
Oh. Okay.
You don't get to say that's raw because you're not going to play it for people on a live stream. Unlike Burst Limit, which we did play for a live stream in the last week.
If only the lobby allowed for more than 2 people.
God, that's not a lobby.
That is, in fact, a chair.
Don't talk to me about Burst Limit. I already put it out in the garage.
I was going to say, why? Did you run out of Screwball peanut butter whiskey? Is that why we can't talk about it? Bob, we sold out of Screwball at my job. I'm upset. I'm like, God damn it, of course.
People can't make it through Thanksgiving without that.
Fair. You know what? Fair. Absolutely.
I'm still thinking about that dude who fucking ate shit outside your job with fun fucking Wednesday.
Oh yeah, people didn't. Hey Bob,
What's up?
so Liquor Donuts, which is the place where I work, allegedly,
Yes,
is
definitely.
really close to some rich kids. This rich kid came like tearing through the parking lot on a giant mono-wheel hoverboard,
Okay.
where it's like a big honking fucking wheel with a place for him to stand on either side. A car slammed on its brakes to not just fucking nail the kid.
Right.
And then the kid just looked like he was shrugging as he drifted away like he's fucking Magneto at the end of Days of Future Past. Like he's like, I'm above this. See you, fucker. And I'm like, man.
Remember how I killed all those people and got away with it, and then just floats away.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the artist rendition of what happened where Baby Yoda ran over with the Honda Civic.
Yeah.
I prefer that version of events.
It's you know, it's got Baby Yoda, so of course it's objectively better.
Yes.
Speaking of objectively better, I theorize that The Mandalorian is objectively better than Rogue One and Solo.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
I've only seen Rogue One, but The Mandalorian has been very good so far. Like I haven't come out of any episode going, yeah, that was mid or bad.
Well, then there you go, because Solo's a markedly worse movie than Rogue One, I think. Bob, how do you feel?
I'd agree with that. Like, Rogue One set a level of expectation that was not great, but then Solo is so much worse. I was like, oh, it was like a gut punch.
I mean, the Mandalorian's real cool because he's like, you know, the bounty hunter type dude, but he gets owned almost every episode. Like they made him really fallible, so it's just funny to it feels like there's stakes in every encounter that happens in that show.
I mean,
That's
Boba Fett
neat.
does nothing but get owned, so that makes sense.
Yeah. No, this
Boba Fett
checks
gets
out.
owned by a blind man.
Yeah, it's,
Boba Fett basically was
Boba Fett
outed
gets
over...
fucking three stooged.
Yeah.
Three stooged. Like, whoop, 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 as he's falling into the fucking Sarlacc.
Exactly. He basically gets owned by a pothole. Like fucking what a jackass. Man, fucking
Just thinking about his dumb fucking scream when he fucking flies off and hits a wall.
I
Falling
forgot
into
even.
the fucking Sarlacc pit, and it's like, why you?
also
Why I oughta? And he just fucking gets owned.
I'm gonna take this moment to bring up somebody came at me during one of the premieres. They were like, Dan, Nathan Drake isn't based on Han Solo. And I was like, you
They've
fucking
said it, haven't they?
stooge. You fucking stooge. Go listen to that interview with Amy Hennig before you swing at me like that. Fuck you.
It's insane.
People that made it are that.
Let's just fucking look at it.
They're
Look
like,
at
no,
it.
it's based on Laura Croft because everyone said it's a ripoff of that, so that means that's what it was.
Yeah, no, the actual design of Nathan Drake was to be anything but Laura Croft because they didn't want to come off as too similar. So he's affable, fails a lot, weirdly cocky, and charismatic. Who does that sound like? Also, Amy Hennig literally said it, so, you know.
And then they brought Lara Croft back, and they're like, how do we make ourselves distinct from Uncharted now? How about we just have her face get ripped off by a bear every 30 seconds?
Yeah, no,
I had to look away during your stream, not just because it was the Stadia version and it was hurting my eyes, but also because of the horrible things happening at all times.
We also played Stadia on Thanksgiving, and during that, like I just watched Jim Ratgazer play through Tomb Raider, and I was like, man, this is fucking killing me. I can't
Just
why do people like this? I don't.
I can't handle it because I went and I realized, oh shit, that's just that one Last of Us trailer, but the whole game.
Yeah.
I genuinely...
She keeps growing back the wings so they can be clipped again.
You only get your wings clipped if you make a mistake, KZ. Come on.
It's the quick
No,
time
that's
event
not fucking
corrector. We're
true.
chopping them.
That's fucking true. Lara Croft gets the shit kicked out of her no matter what you do in that game.
It's true, Bob.
Yeah,
Nothing's
there-
stopping the rebar
you
from
can't-
going
yeah.
through your shoulder.
You can't. No, it's true. It's true. Abdomen. It's really bad.
Ugh, I'm getting nauseous just thinking about this. But yeah, I was surprised by the amount of violence on display. I was just like, man, people are into this. Okay.
I'm done talking about my week, but I just want to point out I was considering maybe buying one of those Tomb Raider games on Black Friday. I'm like, I don't fucking know which one is the second and which one's the third one.
It's the one where she becomes the Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, that one.
This is really easy, Feel. I got it.
This is the best bit in fucking GigaBoots history. The whole buy the one where she becomes the Tomb Raider.
It has to be Rise, right? Rise is the third one.
No, Rise
No,
is number
Shadow.
2.
Yeah, damn it!
That's great. That's
Right.
so good. They really fucked up, didn't they?
Well, instead I bought none of them.
Well, there you go.
I'm so fucking pleased you got it wrong.
Wins all around.
Yeah, no, nothing but W's.
Well, wouldn't Rise make more sense? Like, oh, this is the final triumphant rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, you see, it's Tomb Raider where it's like, okay, it's a reboot, and at the end they're like, I guess she'll start raiding tombs. I guess then Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, she's gonna rise to the occasion, become the Tomb Raider. But then that she didn't, I guess, because then Shadow the Tomb Raider is like she's there, she's standing over the box.
Yeah, yeah, it's not great. You know, we
It's
could
also
just...
the didn't sell of the Tomb Raider because they all kind of bombed a little bit.
Yeah,
Not a little bit.
I think the first one actually sold well, but
It sold okay,
They
but-
First one
expected
sold.
insane
The
stuff.
first one sold
Yeah.
super well, but it sold at such a low price point for most of those sales that it really didn't make any money.
I can't believe they went, all right, the second Tomb Raider game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, we're going to make it console exclusive for a bit on Xbox. We're also going to launch it the same week as Fallout 4.
yeah, they made a
People are
lot
like,
of
what are you
great
doing?
decisions.
What are you doing?
It's a good thing, you know, Sony fans aren't huge fans of Tomb Raider.
Yeah, there's no weird. There's no connection between those two things.
It's not
right?
like Sony
Okay,
bought
you got the
exclusivity.
PSVR content.
Oh God, yeah, we
gotta
actually
stop.
played that.
Now I'm just imagining Microsoft does their Smash Brothers ripoff and Lara Croft's in it for some reason.
Oh my
Just
God,
think about
yeah, no, that's too
their
much.
thing that showed all the iconic Xbox characters, and it's like Master Chief, Gears of War guy, Lara Croft, Car.
Yeah,
This
Car
game's
was my
winner
favorite.
KZ,
A car.
Yes.
his name is Cogs Gearsman.
I wish.
So hey, Bob,
What's up?
since we're going to talk about your last week, let's just real quick bust through Solo and Rogue One.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, we did. Oh no!
So
Save the dream.
so Solo. How do we even? I don't even know how to begin talking about Solo.
Solo feels like it could have been a good movie if it had nothing to do with Han Solo and didn't have any references to the old trilogy, which would make it almost an entirely different movie.
Yeah, because the entire movie's reverse engineered out of he said he did these things. I guess the Kessel Run is getting between these two planets.
Right? It's like it sounds like it's some race.
Did you see that image of for fake Solo Disney Plus of? Whoa! I can't believe all the things you're famous for happened in one weekend. Solo.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 It's
Does
pretty nuts.
does that movie end with him sitting in the Mos Eisley bar?
It feels like it.
Because all I can think of is Rich Evans saying it's going to end with him sitting in that exact same pose in the Mos Eisley bar.
I think they pretend this is 10 years before that happens.
Yeah,
but they
it's
almost
supposed to be-
directly lead to it.
It's
How
supposed to
that
be
dude
10
looked
years
like
before.
20.
That. Yeah. We got all the lines you want. You know, we got I have a good feeling about this. We've got Punch It Chewy. We've got actually we don't
Never
have
tell me the odds.
Yeah, that's true. Not until afterwards. Yeah, no, we got everything you want in this Solo film except for it's a bad film.
Right, it's like a really. I was noting that it really upset me how much the Lando actor was acting like Lando, and I think that like a parody of that character almost. And then Dan points out that the guy who plays Solo acts nothing like Harrison Ford at all.
Right.
And
Yeah, the main guy isn't impersonating Harrison Ford in the least, but the Lando guy, Donald Glover, is just doing an impersonation of the original actor. Like, doing the mannerisms and stuff and trying to nail that exact, performance. so we have two extremes between these two characters, and I feel like neither are preferable. Like somewhere in between where it's like you should resemble the character, but not, go all the way. Not that I hated Donald Glover's performance. It's more of that movie's bad. Like I don't know, Bob.
Yeah, no, it is. Like their plan makes no sense at any step, and that's rough. We have two sets of people that we get introduced to that supposed to
literally say something along the lines of "This is my last day on the Force." Like they do the cop movie.
I've got to get out of this game after this one,
and then just fucking die.
Yeah, they set it up in the most obvious ways possible,
and they do it twice.
Yeah.
With two different
No matter
sets
how
of
bad
people?
this movie is, it still gave us Han Solo is the biggest piece of shit alive and let his wife take his name that a random guy made up for him.
As much as people keep memeing that and making jokes about it, I did not realize how bad it would be in the movie. Like, actually seeing that scene knocked the wind out of me.
I think that what made it even worse is later in the movie when he's talking about his dad.
Yes.
And it's like, but I saw you said you didn't have a family.
Because during the scene where the guy gives him, the last name, he's like, who are your people? And he's like, I don't have any people. I don't come from anywhere. And then he goes, okay, your last name's Solo. And then later in the movie, he's like, let me tell you a story about my dad and mom. And I'm like, wait, what?
That sounds like a reshot scene to me, where they added the. So I was going to ask you about that because it's been a well documented thing of they fired Lord and Miller from that film because they were making a completely different movie with a completely different tone from what Lucasfilm told them to make.
Yeah,
and then they went, Ron Howard, fix this film. Does this feel like a homunculus of a film at all?
It's weird because it's not like the Ant-Man film where you can tell which parts were made by Edgar Wright and you can tell when a scene was written by him, but then the way it's executed is wrong. That's much more obvious. I feel like this film's a little bit harder to parse in that way. How do you feel, Bob?
Yeah, I agree with that. It doesn't feel like it doesn't have a harsh gear shift.
Yeah.
But I could totally see this as a better film if it wasn't trying to take itself seriously at any moment.
Right. No, the general setup for this movie makes infinitely more sense because if it's just a goofy thing, then them fast forwarding through 3 years of him being a pilot to the point of not even showing it is funny. But when it's supposed to be a serious character story, it's like, this is really weird to skip all of that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, at a broad level, yeah, it feels like this is Lord Miller sort of joint. The people who made the Lego movie, the people who made Clone High, like they were the original directors on this, and then they got replaced by the guy who made Arrested Development.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. I got no opinions on him. But yeah, no, it doesn't really have any strong sense of direction. Whereas Ant-Man, you could tell that was Edgar Wright material. A lot of it had like, the fight scene where he's on a train and there are cuts. Like it felt very Scott Pilgrim. It had very Scott Pilgrim energy. A lot of the dialogue and humor in that. But yeah, no, this didn't come off as that. Honestly, though, and this is the part that kills me, Bob.
What's up?
I agree that Rogue One's a better move than Solo, but Rogue One's mistakes are so much more searing through my fucking skull right now that I cannot even think about Solo.
Save the dream.
It's so insane.
You like the part where it's like, this stormtrooper just gets bonked in the head and he's out. Fuck that helmet.
Oh no, that's not even remotely ranking on my scale of fucking problems with Rogue One. Once again, I would like to stress, I'm not really a huge Star Wars fan. Some of the movies are
Star Wars.
Some of the that means I hate Star Wars. That's exactly how life works. Some of the movies are really great. And I like a lot of the games. So far, as of this recording, we haven't hit any of the games that I love, but anyway. By the time this goes up, we will have, because we will have Wampa Stompa. Anyway,
no!
Rogue One, feel. Halfway through the film, when all of the ships are taking off to wage a giant war on a planet based exclusively on the information of they heard the Imperials saying they were fighting on that planet with rebels. They sent an entire fleet because they intercepted a transmission that said, we have rebels attacking us on this planet. They send an entire fleet because of that. C-3PO and R2-D2 stare at the ships taking off, and they're like, how come the ships always leave us behind? And it's supposed to be a funny scene. The end of the movie is they have to be on one of those ships because Leia's on one of those ships, even though Leia was supposed to be getting Obi-Wan, which is the line they have halfway through the movie. They're like, we'll send Leia.
Wait, they have a scene where C-3PO and R2-D2 are left behind, even though the ending of that movie is the opening of A New Hope.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That movie's a 0 out of 10.
No, it's not.
There's a
I
really
don't know
good.
if I give it a 9 or a 10 or an 8.
I think that
I'd have to watch it again. Maybe
we're missing the important part of this movie and how it's actually Death Stranding.
Wait, look, we can get to that. Let me finish my rant, and we'll tell them about that. I'm gonna pull up a trailer for it, so that way I can post the image in the Discord because it's insane. But anyway,
Save the dream.
So the whole idea is they're gonna send Leia to go get Obi-Wan out of hiding. They say this halfway through the movie. Instead, they send her to a fucking war zone. She gets the plans to the Death Star and then goes, yeah, I can still get him. I'm sure the Empire won't follow me.
Hope.
And then CGI Leia looks at the camera and goes, this is Hope. And they roll credits, and it's so fucking uncanny looking. It is so bad. It looks so fucking hideous.
Whenever I think about it now, I'm just like, oh man, that was horrifying.
Are the de-aged actors just the worst looking things in the world?
Yes. I mean, they're not even de-aged.
They're not even de-aged.
CG.
They're wholly CG because Grand Moff Tarkin's dead. Like, his actor's not alive anymore.
Leia's de-aged, isn't she?
No, she's just fully CG because you can't de-age a woman that much. Jesus Christ.
They had to look up an actor for Tarkin that looks somewhat similar to him to help that along a little bit. Because I remember, like, when they were talking about that tech. You know, before I watched the film, not knowing that was going to happen.
Right.
And went, oh, they're just showing him in a reflection. That you know, you can tell that person's dead. But, you know, maybe oh god, he turned around. Oh god, he's in a third of this film.
Yeah, no, and he takes up a lot of the screen space a lot of the time. Like, it's not wide shots.
Why they had to use CGI? They could have just used the case closed mask technology that gives you the exact same face as another person.
Exactly.
I feel like it doesn't look any better than Tron Legacy from years ago.
Yeah, it looks about that good.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe you should watch Tron Legacy again and see if it holds up.
I mean, it was already bad back then.
Yeah, it was.
I know, but what if it looks even worse?
Okay,
I feel like Tron probably got more time in the tank than this one did.
I've sent you a trailer for Rogue One with the timestamp. Click that. That shit is just Death Stranding's environments, and that's where Mads Mikkelsen lives in this movie.
Oh, wow, it is.
I was screaming because this fucking movie came out right when Death Stranding would have began development, and Kojima's just like,
oh my god,
oh, Mads Mikkelsen's pretty cool.
God damn it! I knew that was where you were gonna go.
It's killing me because it's like so blatantly that no other environment in the movie is that. Like, no other environment in the movie is just like from the game Death Stranding.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about what are the lines. I only saw this movie once. I saw it in theaters when it came out, and I remember only 3 lines in this entire movie.
Okay.
There was Forrest Whitaker going save the dream because he's some crazy man with an octopus for some reason. And there's hope. We have hope or whatever. And then that really, really dumb Darth Vader scene where he goes, don't choke on your aspirations while he force chokes someone.
Well, to clarify Casey's quote there with Forrest Whitaker, Forrest Whitaker is a crazy man who keeps feeding people he thinks have information to fucking octopuses who mind rape them with the tentacle. He does this in the film, so he's still clearly an extremist. And then when the planet he lives on is getting obliterated by the Death Star on a micro scale, like it just blows up a whole city, which causes a shockwave. They stare at the shockwave, and she's like, we have to go. And Forrest Whitaker goes, I'm tired of running. Save the dream. And then just gets owned by the Earth exploding around him.
I am so glad his character was brought back in the new Star Wars game.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, it was shown in all the E3 stuff. Like, there's a part in the game where fucking Saw Gerrera is in it.
I forgot because when I watched that trailer, I had no experience with Rogue One.
Well, be excited of the things that they got to pull from. They were able to pull in Mr. Save the Dream.
He's going to be like, save the dream, save your file.
It's okay. This is a little bit more in the past, so he's,
he hasn't lost his mind yet.
This
is what happens whenever Dan almost loses a video. Save the dream.
Yeah.
That was us that one time when he had like 3 podcasts about to die at once.
Yeah, no, that was a nightmare. But hey, Bob, did you play anything else in the last week? Even though I want to continue to talk about how insane it is that C-3PO and R2 are definitely on that ship. That ship flies out of a fucking war zone, and then Vader boards it, and then Leia's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't got the plans. Even though it was like 10 seconds ago that he grabbed the plans and ran.
Yeah, no.
This is a diplomatic mission for my father. And like, bitch, you just left the war zone.
Yeah, like every single thing that the studio almost certainly added makes that movie so much worse.
What, you mean Darth Vader's volcano temple that he lives in, and apparently 10 minutes later gets shit talked by a random general?
Yeah.
You mean
the
that?
volcano temple is great because it's I think it's explicitly where he got burned.
Yeah.
So he's just standing in his volcano castle, just thinking, "Who has the high ground now, motherfucker?"
He was in a cool Dragon Ball Z healing chamber.
I mean, really, that chamber is from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, so I know, but
that chamber's raw.
It's very cool. Wait, Bob, are you saying anime was inspired by Star Wars?
What? Never. I've never seen Gundam.
I don't.
I've never seen anything that was maybe animated for Daikon number 3 either.
Yeah.
No. Vader wasn't in that.
God, no.
I thought Vader was only going to be in one scene in this movie when they go to his planet and then he makes a quip and then leaves. And then
Doesn't he have like a slasher scene?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's maybe
like
the highlight
scene
of the movie.
in the movie.
Yeah, it would be a real easy movie you could make, Disney, that wouldn't be fucking stupid and wouldn't be stupid.
They're not
just make a horror Just make a horror movie where Darth Vader is the monster.
That'd be hard. Wasn't that Dr. Agro's pitch? No, that was something else.
That was something else.
No, that sounds normal.
But Bob, did you play anything in the last week that wasn't Jedi Fallen Order?
I played a little bit of that, of course, but I also played like maybe 30 minutes or so of Gran Turismo Sport. That's what they're on.
How is it?
Yeah.
They've done lots of updates. There seems to be a lot more single-player campaign stuff.
Okay,
but you still can't modify your cars.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I still couldn't find any menu to like upgrade them, and I'm like, this is dumb.
What kind of car game is this?
I don't know, because that's the whole appeal of Gran Turismo to me.
It's like I can look through this, like all these auto dealers. They have amazing menus for all of that, and like, okay, this is really cool. I finally found the car I want to start with. What do you mean that's all it is?
Bob, I'm so upset right now. I'm shaking.
Yeah.
The whole fucking point of Gran Turismo is me customizing a fucking flywheel. Like that fucking game is supposed to be me part for part making this car that looks like shit.
I'm sorry,
really incredible.
This one's about esports and playing online, Dan. It can't have fun.
Okay, so Dan playing every other game ever made. I love being strong. Dan playing a racing game. I love being fast.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. I have a question in regards to to this Gran Turismo thing. As someone who hasn't played any of them at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the reason that they don't let you upgrade this time is they're like, we couldn't get the license to these cars if they were gonna let you modify them. They want them to be authentic.
No, that's never been a problem in the past. They always have to deal with.
Because I know Burnout was like, you couldn't get cars because they don't want them blown up.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's a thing. That's so upsetting. That's the core appeal of Gran Turismo to me. I don't play it to have a really fun time racing. I play it so that way I get to do really weird shit with my car, and then my car feels really different. Like I want to change the softness of my tires so that way they grip the fucking track differently.
You can change the softness and hardness of the tire.
Okay,
that's all you got.
But that's
and you can adjust your gear ratio. And this is the stuff at launch was. That hasn't changed.
I mean, the gear ratio thing's important, and I'm glad that's included because that's also a huge part of why your car feels good. I don't even fucking care if like Gran Turismo's realistic. I just want to change my fuel intake system and then get more horsepower, you know?
Yeah, no, it's fun to have like a menu of upgrades for cards.
Yeah. That's upsetting.
Like that's still a thing in Forza, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why they can't just make a real Gran Turismo.
Honestly, I still entertain that there's a PS5 Gran Turismo. Just
I want to believe
stealth.
Like I want to believe that they'll just be like Gran Turismo 7, or it may just label the last one 7 and be like, yeah, this is 8 now.
No, that would confuse people.
It would.
Let's pretend the last one never existed. That sounds way better.
It does. And then you can have like the Gran Turismo Sport mode. If that was its own mode where you can't enhance the cars and whatever, and they want it to be all official for online racing, go all for that.
That's why they had the arcade modes before. So
Right.
that way you could take a pre-made car and do races. That's so fucking dumb. Why have they fucked up Gran Turismo this entire generation? It's been 6 years.
I don't know. I worry that it's literally like the lead guy that just has some like misunderstanding of what's good about his game.
That would be the first time a creator had a huge divide between what people liked and what he wanted to make. That would definitely be the first time that fucking happened.
Yeah, it's never happened before. It's crazy.
This is upsetting. We need to talk about literally anything else because Gran Turismo has just made me mad. Like, guys, they released the last Gran Turismo after the PS4 launched on the PS3. Like, that's so fucking stupid.
And that one was good.
Yeah, no, that one was actually really fine. And if they had released the same game on the PS4, I would have bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would have just been better.
Bob, do you have anything else?
No, that was really it.
Well, then I know something else we can talk about, Dan.
What can we talk about?
The Pod Elves.
The Pod Elves?
Oh shit, it's the Pod Elves.
Oh, they're still elves?
Yeah, they're not Sith Lords.
Okay, good.
No, they'd be pod racers.
Being a patron, that's a cool trick.
The Wampa Stompers for this episode.
Wampa Stompa! Wampa Stompa!
The Pod Elves for this episode of the Big Think Dimension are Danny Richardson, E. Lee Broyles, Dandy Cageford, I'm Han Solo, Captain of Millennium Falcon.
God.
Dank Mormons, Red Blaze 27, Dan's Weed Dealer, Jucifer,
Ooh.
Suzu Shiro, Emperor Zero, Sheep Heavenly, PM's Ghost Toilet,
Ah.
Baby
What?
Yoda's 2006 Honda Civic,
Yes.
Moon Muse Entertainment Studio, the looming threat of Jim Ratgazer invading if anyone says Sorceress. I mean, the Sorceress is a great character in Dragon's Den.
Just
I mean, yeah,
every time I think of him, I think of the AI portrait of him.
Mr. Feel is Movie Bob's #1 patron.
Oh, fucking. That's right. I'm the magic-eared dude, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. God's proverbial urethra. I have no idea why you named yourself that. I have no idea what your deal is.
I don't understand.
The only
Chewy.
actual unironic Yamcha stan. He's evolved.
Wow.
I'm taking a picture right now.
Oh,
Please
Jesus.
tell me it's Gary Busey with Yamcha's haircut.
I hope it's good Yamcha where he has a bowl cut.
Oh my god. This is so fucking. This is killing me.
Whatever. I want to believe in Yamcha.
You'll give him a Yamcha award.
Everybody wants to believe in him.
Mark it, I put it in the podcast. I'm so scared. He could rotate that every month and I'm gonna shit my pants every time.
101 Shades of Wonderful and unknown artwork. Thank you very much to our Pod Elves.
Thank you, Pod Elves, for filling our stockings with money.
Thanks, Pod Elves.
Thank you.
Ho ho ho, thank you, Pod Elves. Well, since we talked about the pot elves, I guess it's time for me to talk about we're getting Bayonetta and Vanquish remastered for the fucking Xbox One X and probably for the PlayStation 4. And it'll feature 4K 60 gameplay. I'm so happy.
Yeah, very hype.
For some reason, I thought these had come out because I guess I just assumed they got PC ports last year.
Yeah, they did those PC ports. Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason they were just like, we'll only put Bayonetta on the Switch for the new stuff. It's like,
oh, good. The one console that has absolutely zero chance of locking 60 frames per second. Thanks, Platinum.
I'm very excited to finally play Vanquish.
Vanquish is a great game. As it turns out, GigaBoots did a review of that game a billion years ago and gave it a 9.7 out of 10.
I should watch that review.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you can watch that review. That's a thing you could do. The release date for these remasters, which leaked via the store page, is February 17th, 2020. So we don't have to wait that much longer. I have somehow even more exciting news. So, do you guys know about Project X Cloud, that streaming thing from Microsoft?
Yes, a melting man told me about it.
God damn it. So
is that Stadia? Is that burnt live? It's like, oh no, I see who's coming to kill me.
No, it wasn't that. But yeah, so the whole thing with that is they just have some Xbox One S's sitting at their network in servers. Like they made custom server versions of the Xbox One S in order to do this streaming, with Project X Cloud. Guys, apparently the loading time is vastly better on numerous games. So what we're saying is we haven't even hit next gen, and Microsoft already has a version of the Xbox One S that loads way faster because it has a solid state drive. That means when the Xbox 2 comes out... Can you put a solid state
drive in any of the Xboxes, or like, no, you can't do that?
No, you can't install hard drives in your Xbox, but you can use external storage, right, Bob?
You can use external storage, and people have hacked a way into tearing open the Xbox, and it doesn't properly recognize what it is, so you don't get the advantage.
So here's the important part, which I have to spell out because it's technical stuff that I think is obvious, but then I think about it for a second and I go, okay, that's not going to be obvious to people. They didn't upgrade the processor. Like the CPU and GPU are the same ones that are in the S, which is the really weak hardware. It's not the X. So when we hit next gen and we have an Xbox 2 with an even more powerful processor than the Xbox One X and this proper integration of a solid state drive, like in the cloud version for the Project X Cloud, these load times will be vastly fucking better. We're talking this thing chopped 15 seconds off of Gears of War load times. I found this out by watching Digital Foundry's videos on this, where it went from 51 seconds to 36, and they don't even have a more powerful CPU. They just have the solid state drive. So already these games are just loading way better in this cloud version. Thank fucking God. This means if somehow Sony shits the bed on them being like, these PS4 games, we need to limit their bandwidth so that way they don't fuck up code. So it can only load as fast as it could on the old consoles. Even if Sony does that, at least Xbox 2 will load fucking Kingdom Hearts faster. I need
whatever it takes. I'll buy whatever is necessary. It will be bought.
I sit there and I'm like, KZ.
I'll buy 5 Xboxes if we tape them together. Will it make it run faster, Dan? I need to know.
KZ, have I ever told you the tragedy of Darth Scarlet the Wise? Some say that it could even load Kingdom Hearts faster than the PlayStation 4 version.
You're right, that was going to be Darth Red Ring.
Darth Red Ring the Wise.
How ironic.
How ironic.
So, Microsoft announced another major feature of Project Scarlet.
Oh, yes? What's that?
Fucking games.
Oh, wow. The Xbox can have those. Thank God. I was starting to wonder there was a core problem with the platform and running games.
Oh, cool. Are they going to release Halo 1?
Matt Booty said there, who, by the way, I can't read this man's name and not laugh.
Yeah. Really good. That will.
He said, we're gonna try to give you a game every 3 to 4 months, and I went, oh, you mean like Nintendo and Sony do?
Yeah, no, each of these is gonna be really, really bad and disappointing. I'm sorry.
I'm Bob. I know that, and you know that, but I'm trying to have hope.
Yes.
He's trying. Okay.
Like, we both know they're going to be like, here's Gears of War 6. Here's the hub area where you can floss. It's $15 a month on top of the $60 price tag.
You're getting me excited.
Casey loves being taken for a ride.
Woo! Better load times.
It also ejects out of your Xbox 2 and hits you in the face like a UMD.
Try not to bend your Xbox 2 too hard.
Also, they announced that great feature where they're still working on a version that doesn't accept discs.
What a cool feature.
It's a great feature.
I'm glad that people are embracing this.
I would love to save $50 and then not be able to buy a used game ever.
It really helps out Microsoft.
This has to be one of those. This is one of those things where it's like, somewhere there is a mutant game journalist who's like, yes, all digital, like my dreams. I don't know why he's fucking Channel Awesome Mati for some reason.
Okay,
but,
yeah, I was about to say, what are you doing, dude?
But
I mean, he probably is.
They can't let it go. Like, they're gonna keep shooting for the fucking stars and burning up in the atmosphere, trying to get this platform where they have total control and you're fucked.
There are people buying the the sad edition. Like, people are buying
Xbox
that, which
sad.
blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
I mean, I know people who have bought it, but they want like two things, and they bought it on Black Friday.
Are those two things AT and ST?
Game.
No, it's like I want to play Rare Replay, and that's it.
Oh,
I think the last physical game that I got that wasn't a Nintendo thing was Doom. And that was like in 2016. So I can see like the appeal of it. It's just like if people don't buy physical games, there's the option for it.
yeah, I love the idea of being stuck with Astral Chain. I love the idea of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm stuck with Astral Chain. I used one of those fucking vouchers on that.
So did I.
I'm technically not stuck with it. It's in the, do you want to re-download it? And I said no. What are you talking about?
I feel like
isn't like all digital is fine as long as it's supported by good boys who go and buy physical copies. Because without the physical side of things, everybody's gonna suddenly find themselves getting fucked way harder.
I mean, yeah, because we're already getting fucked and people can trade in games. Imagine how bad it'll be if we can't trade in games or sell them on eBay. Because that's the thing. People don't realize you don't have to, and I swear to God, I cannot stress this enough. You don't have to trade in your game at GameStop. eBay exists. Stop being a lazy asshole. Like, stop pretending that GameStop owes you a better trade-in price. Take the initiative and sell that shit on eBay, you lazy asshole. God.
Or Facebook Marketplace, or the hundreds of other things. Like,
Facebook Marketplace is the total fucking I'm a lazy shitheel and just want to get some money from this.
Yeah.
Like, fucking come on, man.
That's how you could find your stolen copies of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Exactly.
Post a thing on Craigslist, go to a McDonald's parking lot, get stabbed.
Exactly.
All very normal.
Yeah, no, that's normal. No, look, I do all of my deals at the Whataburger because the staff knows me.
Oh my God. I get scared like I do all my fucking deals. I shoot them.
I shoot them dead right in the street.
Dan has real crackhead energy today.
No.
Just today.
Sure. But yeah, no, I think the $50 you save from fucking not being able to buy physical games is a jip. I think
of course it is.
Like, fucking come on. Walmart is selling all of these Switch games at $10 off. That immediately makes a difference.
But Microsoft isn't a stranger to this. I think near the end of last gen, they had this weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually launched it or if they just talked about launching it.
I think they launched in some territories.
Where you could buy an Xbox 360 under a phone payment plan.
Yeah, that shit was weird.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they have some program that's kind of like that still going today, where you can buy an Xbox One X.
Yeah, you buy
they were
so
pushing
many
that
years
recently.
of live along with it, and then you're paying constantly for it. It's like Microsoft will give you all these ways to screw yourself.
They give you all these ways to just screw yourself, or just get in as cheap, quote quote cheap as you can. Because that's the thing. The main reason why I'm out here being like getting a discless. What's up?
Get my Microsoft credit card.
Okay.
Is that what Phil Spencer pulls out like the Batman movie? He just goes, I'm going to play with the Microsoft card.
No, he's got the Xbox credit card.
The X card.
Never leave the cave without it.
Phil Spencer doesn't have that because it has 45% APR.
Phil Spencer never leaves the man cave without it.
That's a good scene of Batman and Robin.
It was.
So I had to look at this plan since we're talking about it. It's the Xbox All Access plan. They have 3 tiers.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the SAD version. It's $20 a month for 2 years, 0% APR.
So that's that's $480.
You get an Xbox One S all digital console, 2 years of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, 18-month console upgrade option, and save over $100 with Xbox All Access. Then you have the $23 a month version that is the Xbox One S, not digital. Gives you all those things. And then for $31 a month, the Xbox One X version of it, which gives you the X, gives you all those things, but the 18-month upgrade option is cut to 12 months because you can pay more money to upgrade to the Scarlet when that's out. And then they just
the Xbox One X One X version seems the one that's fucking you the least, because isn't it still $500 normally?
No.
It is
How much was it on Black Friday?
It was down to $350 on Black Friday, but then I think it always jumps back up to $500.
Yeah, but I'm talking about normal prices. I'm gonna look it up on Amazon real quick. Because
I think it's $500 normally.
That's like $620 or around $620, which doesn't seem so insane.
I mean, if the upgrade plan isn't, if like they actually like that sub, we don't know how much it costs to actually upgrade when that new Scarlet comes out. Like if that was getting you the Scarlet, that's actually a great deal.
Right.
But it's not. It's probably you pay $200 plus or something.
Because it's $31 a month for 18 months, right?
That's 24.
24? Oh, I thought he said it was 18 months. I thought he said the rest were 18. One moment. 24 months. And it's still $744, which is way too goddamn much to be paying for a console in the last year that it's relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how the upgrade thing works. They will let you upgrade if you hit that month amount. So, say you get the Xbox One X on this plan for $31 a month. After you've paid it for 12 months, you can just upgrade.
Oh, so it's a phone.
With the other,
it's a phone.
Yeah. So it's like you've paid us 12 times or 18 times if it's the lower tiered ones.
Oh,
then they'll send over the next one.
And you have to buy a new Xbox All Access contract for Project Scarlet.
Yes, you're renewing your contract for another 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all scummy.
Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, that's the thing though. That's a real market sector. People who will pay more long term by a substantial amount because they didn't have to pay it up front.
Yeah.
The thing where it gets really gross is where less than 12 months from now, new consoles will be out.
My mom called me over because she just lives next door. Because she was losing her mind about something. And she's like, you have to see this. What she was losing her mind at was a flyer for a rent-to-own place.
I'm sure that sounds great.
Because like getting a TV that would normally cost like $400, $2,000 if you're renting it to own.
Wait. Yeah. I'm having an aneurysm. What's going on?
It's small little baby payments that add up to $2,000 instead of $400.
Yeah, because it's a rent-to-own place. Like, you rent the TV and you pay every week. And by the time you've rented it long enough to own it, you've paid $2,000. You paid 500% of the cost.
How much do you pay a week?
That's
probably like $20.
Oh, that's a bargain. I should think of that.
Rental places. I have known people who work there, and they're like, every single person who works for one of these places is a thief. Because the people who rent the stuff and quit paying, they will not let you come take your stuff back. You have to break in and take it back.
Oh my god.
Because he would tell me stuff like, yeah, this one time I took one of our trucks and just started to back it up so the beeper would go, and then I just got out and left it there 12 hours, and I did that every single day until they gave us our shit back.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So, listener, please consider the Xbox All Access.
No, don't consider it.
It's available at Amazon now. More retailers coming in 2020.
Hey, KZ, maybe don't help the poor stay poor. Thank you.
Grind them
you're
into
right.
that pit.
You're right. I love our pod elves.
Yeah. Oh,
Talk
man.
about something happy, like the fact Fairy Tale launches March 20th in North America.
Why did you say happy?
I get it, because there's a cat in it named Happy.
Yep.
Oh, fucking come on.
It's the mascot character. Sorry.
God damn it.
That is then in Eden Zero, his next manga, and looks exactly the same, and might also be named Happy.
Bob,
I'll find out.
Bob, I'm not okay with this
God.
tangent. Let's talk about how Jim Ryan basically says the PlayStation's done with portables.
Like, he kind of did. I feel like people are maybe reading a little too much into this, because he just mentioned like the Vita and is like, oh, but we're not doing that anymore, which you could parse as we're not making a portable again, but I feel like it's more along the lines of we're done with the Vita. I feel like if Sony sees a good opportunity to do another portable, they might.
Well, Gio Corsi left, so of course they're done with the Vita.
Right. One, that is
I'll miss him.
Hilariously true. Two, guys, Sony being in the portable space only made sense when spinning up your own bespoke hardware was the order of the day. That is no longer the case, and AMD is not making a competitive portable product to the NVIDIA Tegra line because there's no money in that. And NVIDIA is very lucky that Nintendo saved them from doing R&D on a thing no one else under the sun wanted to buy. NVIDIA is very blessed that they did that. Sony probably doesn't want to go to the people who are making Nintendo's hardware and ask them for slightly better hardware, because they will not cut them a good deal, because NVIDIA has literally screwed every major player in the video game industry over. And I am shocked that the Switch is going all right for Nintendo. There is no reason for Sony to get back into portables. It does not make any sense anymore until AMD comes up with a miracle product.
You're missing out on the important detail here, Dan.
Yeah, what's that?
And it's that the cat in Eden Zero is also named Happy.
I really fucking hate you.
I went onto the wiki to double check. Yes, indeed. Only it's an alien.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan right
Take
now.
place in space.
Not a fan.
Let's talk about how Sony tripped over their own balls and fell down a staircase.
Okay, sure.
So Sony released a music video showcasing their winter games lineup in Japan. Their winter lineup for Japan.
How do you trip over your balls?
They're that
They're
big.
flopping around.
Your Stan's dad.
You have to have really big. You have to have really big balls to do this. The entire thing is stolen animation.
Yeah, that was
100%, including now stealing from like minor independent animators. That's shitty enough, but at least then you can say they'll never notice, and if they do, who cares? They're fucking tiny. And then you steal from FLCL in the Steven Universe movie.
The Steven Universe movie came out like 2 months ago or some shit.
Yeah. It did.
At least they very quickly took it all down, like, we fired that guy.
Yeah, does anyone know who exactly made this for Sony? Because I'm sure they outsourced it to some extent.
The Hamburglar.
Give me back my burgers.
Sony music video.
Give me back my UMDs.
We need to fill time, so now's a good time to bring up the fact that the Cell processor had over $400 million spent on investment, and there's no way they would have made that money back. Those people are
you
fucking
could have
insane.
filled it in with a real headline or something.
No,
This is more interesting.
I spent most of the last couple days thinking about how the fuck did Sony intend to make that money back outside of the PS3. Even with the PS3, how the fuck did they intend to make that money back?
The apparently some guy named Kevin Bao did it, and he's since deleted every single thing on the internet he's ever done.
Smart.
Fucking Kevin.
Oh, smart.
You gotta run, man.
Everybody
Apparently-
runs Kevin.
Apparently, he also just ripped off a YouTube gaming video animation at one point.
This sucks. I'm really glad they fired that motherfucker.
You want to talk about the stomp cycle?
What the hell is the stomp cycle?
It is this wonderful thing that I'm gonna put in the general.
Mm-hmm. That thing.
We'll talk about how they're putting the stomp cycle into Kakarot.
Oh, that's great.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot gets that stupid fucking machine because they're showing off vehicles that you can like get in the game.
So you can have Bulma build you vehicles by collecting the parts, which Goku does not need.
That's really good. What's this thing from other than this toy?
A manga cover.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
This was in the cover of one of the chapters, and they're like, all right, R&D that shit. Let's get it in there.
Which good. Pulling from stuff like that makes me think that they're really gonna double down on having a lot of cool stuff in this game.
Yeah, this game seems like my dream Dragon Ball game. It continues to look that amazing.
Yeah, this and then fighters filling in the notch of let's make a real fighting game.
Yeah.
It's like this is the perfect set of Dragon Ball games.
What a great couple of years for Dragon Ball.
I hope they replicate that one cover where Goku and Frieza are staring at each other and Goku's neck is like 2 feet long.
It's a good cover.
Yo, oh God, stop.
Why you gotta post that?
It's really good.
It's like, wait 1 second, Frieza. I'll beat you as soon as I eat these leaves from the top of this tree.
At least there, and it's really sad.
Bob, did you know shonen protagonists evolve giant, really long necks to eat tree leaves? It's true.
That's their fatal flaw.
Hey, Bob, you got any news?
Sure. Acquire announced that they're making a new Gladiator game. The Gladiator series originally brought over here to the States as Colosseum Road to Freedom on the PS2 in 2005.
Oh, God, I remember that game.
I have no idea what this is.
I looked at footage of the PSP one and it looks like, okay, if this is like a little bit higher end, this could be a cool title.
Yeah, it sounds like they're basically just remaking the PSP game, but making it better.
Okay.
Or they say they're adding significant volume to the scenario. Whatever that means.
That is the most Japanese thing I've ever heard.
I looked at footage of this game. It appears to be menus and fighting in a tiny ring. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Just volume, density, scenario. I'm like, yeah, this is a Final Fantasy VII interview.
So, Bob,
it's called...
we need to cover Acquire is the people who made the original Tenchu, right?
Yeah, they made Tenchu, they made Way of the Samurai.
They made Shinobi-Do.
Yeah, this is like their gladiator simulator, kind of like...
Which is
Yeah,
neat.
it has
That's
a
a neat-
simulator vibe from the footage I looked.
That's a neat idea.
Yeah, you like get to make your guy, and then you're trying to work your way up through the Colosseum. It's a neat idea. I remember renting it back in the day and being like, this is kind of bad. But it's been,
Great news, Bob.
by the time this launches, it will be 15 years. So maybe it's better now. But the new one's called Gladiux in the US.
Oh my God, why did they
Okay,
do
you're
this?
selling me on it more.
And the Japan's called Gladiator X, but that's not good enough for us. I guess
I guess.
they couldn't.
Maybe they thought Gladiator X would be futuristic in the States. Maybe that was...
Is the X a real X, or is it for like chi?
No, nobody.
Nomura didn't do anything with this. Fucking...
Oh.
Bob,
What's up?
you gotta tell me, is Russell Crowe in the game?
I doubt it. He wasn't in the original as far as I know. They might have used his likeness and not told anybody because they're...
Didn't Capcom make a tie-in for that? Am I fucking
Probably.
dreaming?
They made a Rome game.
Yeah, they made a Rome game.
But yeah, I don't think it was actually that movie.
Shadow of Rome. Yes, that was around the same time as this game, which is why I'm having trouble remembering this game.
Yeah, no, I keep getting confused too, but I don't think I actually played Shadow Room, but I did play this.
I've watched plenty of footage of Shadow of Rome, and it's a visually impressive piece of shit, judging by how it looks.
Confused me because I was thinking of the Mordor game now.
It's also not Rise, Son of Rome.
Shadow
just so
of
no
War.
one get confused.
Welcome to Rome Month here on GigaBoots.
Oh, God,
good.
all of those would be so bad.
Finally,
we're
GigaBoots
gonna-
is doing ironic themed months, and then someone's like, "What was Banjo?"
What was Tony October?
All I remember about Rise, Son of Rome is when the Xbox One launched, somebody posted a video was like, here's me staring at this torch. The game is running at 18 frames per second. Now let me turn until the torch is out of my sight. Oh, it's 30 now.
Yeah, Crytek is so good, you guys. They make amazing engines and amazing games.
Rome month is going to be really good, guys, because we're going to get a video of all of us playing Civilization as Roman characters for 7 hours.
No.
I'll mod the Fate version of Nero Claudius into the game and play as them.
This is
I'm going to
terrible.
disassociate with Phil for the rest of my life.
That's a smart plan. Bob,
What's up?
Bob, we need to change the topic. Did you know the Cell was considered a supercomputer on a processor?
That's very cool.
Can we
Dan.
change
I
the subject
Bob.
to some of our news?
Please
Not
use
more
the news, dude.
upload-
I just
So,
looked at
Bob.
our runtime right now and I'm getting upset.
After that
Now,
tangent,
Bob-
you deserve that.
Bob,
What's up?
Damon X Machina got a new tie-in announced. You know
It
it did?
did. I was excited. It has.
Damn. I was hoping you didn't know because it's so insane.
Yeah.
It's under his news.
It's in my news.
I know. I thought Casey put it there.
No.
No.
People don't.
I had a
always
thing labeled
sneak news into
special
my
news because Phil linked it to me and said, "Don't tell Bob. You got to assault him with it."
This is so dumb.
But yeah, Witcher 3 DLC for Demon X Machina.
Okay.
We get the costumes for Geralt and Ciri is a playable character.
Oh, that's great.
The
I was
3
disappointed there
major
was no
mecha
mech.
franchises:
Why-
Eureka 7, Code Geass, The Witcher.
Why is there no mech?
Because there's no mech in The Witcher, Dan. Don't be
there's
stupid.
there's no mech in The Witcher.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
why
the
you make a
gameplay and
mech.
I started fucking ghoulishly laughing.
They should have made like a gigantic knight. That would have been really cool.
Those that would have been cool. Hey, do an Escaflowne tie-in.
Yeah.
The costumes unsettle me.
Yeah, I feel like that's the way that where every one of these costume lands. Like the Eureka 7 main character guy is now a huge.
Okay,
like,
stop
full-grown
talking
man.
about Rent and he looks really
Yeah, but
good.
those are at least just like, okay, we turned the main guy into that. This is more like he's wearing Geralt's skin.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Lady Anne, I'm Geralt now.
Oh no!
You call me Gerald.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that Bayonetta remasters in your news, Bob. But
Yeah,
that's
but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that.
But
We
that says
talked
the
about that already.
18th, so
It does.
you know,
That's what the news article I read said, but who knows? 18th, 17th, could be anything.
it could be anything, and it doesn't matter.
I
So
like
talk
how
about-
you both got the other game, which was really funny.
Oh yeah, because Vanquish leaked first, and then Bayonetta leaked a little bit later. So Bob, tell me about this FromSoft news.
Oh yeah, FromSoft, the marketing manager Yasunori Ogura updated his Twitter banner to be a picture of a mech. It looks a lot like Armored Core, but apparently,
Yeah.
according to something Phil put here, when contacted, he said it has nothing to do with new Armored Core.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
That is clearly a
That was
shot
a-
from Armored Core 4.
right.
No, he said it had nothing to do with a new Armored Core, not that it had nothing to do with Armored Core.
Oh, okay.
What a terrible person then.
Maybe we'll get some Armored Core 4 ports.
I would be okay with that.
If I worked for a company, I couldn't control myself. I do that. I just be like, oh, this game, people want to come back. I'll just change my icon to it for no reason.
fucking Phil changes his banner to Skate 4.
If I worked at Square Enix, my banner would just be blank space with an incredibly highly detailed C from Chrono Trigger. Just
that's
the big
terrible.
letter C.
That's terrible.
Be like, what? I'm just a really big fan of the series.
Yeah, I just
So
got
I
this
just-
made by an artist I like.
Did you see how like some mobile game just ripped off the fucking logo for Chrono Trigger?
No, I didn't see
No.
that.
Let me try
What?
to find it because it was this. It's just a Japanese one, but it was this week.
Okay, well, while Phil's trying to find that, I've posted something in the Big Think channel. I feel it's really important to this
I
discussion.
bet it's about the
Oh,
fucking
man,
cell
nice.
processor, isn't it?
How many SPs is that, Dan? Can you count them for me?
That's 8 SPUs, but the important thing to remember, Bob, is that Sony calls them SPUs, and there are only
The
7
important
of
thing
them
is that
on
I've
the PS3.
deleted your fucking post in here about the cell processor because I've had enough of your fucking evil. Stop posting it.
Dan, I feel
Trails
like we didn't
of
talk
Cold
enough about
Steel
Rogue
3's
One.
going to the Switch.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
getting
it?
a Switch port.
That's
At
cool.
least this one isn't being made as an apology like the East 8 port was.
Yeah.
where it's like, we're sorry we completely fucked up your big game so bad we have to completely relocalize it in a patch.
Oops.
So we'll just make you a Switch port free. I can't fucking find it right now.
Okay, that's
The
good.
Chrono Trigger thing.
Okay.
Hey, KZ, you have news?
We already talked about the discless Xbox Scarlet, but Jason Schreier, through this Kotaku report, mentioned how Sony and Microsoft were terrified at Google's streaming solution a couple of years ago, and that they've been doing their best to figure out an alternative of how they're going to approach streaming. And it sounds like they aren't concerned anymore at all.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
After Stadia shit its pants because there's that story where they were going to cooperate with something with streaming tech, and you're like, it's because they're afraid of Google. Oh no, Google sucks.
Man, I feel like they shouldn't have been worried, but every news site for like the past 5 years, I feel like run-ups to this next gen have always included some snarky fucking remark like, and Sony isn't doing a streaming service, those fools.
And it's insane because they've been doing a streaming service
They
for
did it
6
first.
years. They just lower the
Yeah,
amount
but
of devices
they're not
they make
making a
available.
streaming box, which is fucking stupid.
It's funny. I like Project X Cloud, and I think it's funny that either Sony or Microsoft thought Google was going to hemorrhage enough money to be a concern. Because what people don't realize was it was hard enough for Sony and Microsoft to break into gaming when they did, but it was vastly easier to break in back then. You know, you could buy exclusives. You could do that. You can't afford to do that nowadays. Could you imagine Google buying 10 exclusive games? There's $1 billion.
Yeah, no, that would be insane. And then those games would get zero sales.
Yeah, no, those games would get no sales. So they just burned $1 billion with no hope of ever recouping that.
I found it, by the way.
God damn it, Phil.
Okay, I've yet to see anything
Oh,
about
it's called
Google Stadia.
It's called Wheel of Fortune, and it's just blatantly the Chrono Trigger C, which is hilarious because that doesn't.
Okay, that's fucked up because it's the same wavy word with fortune.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, Wheel of Fortune is obviously IP.
This is hilarious. Thank you for this. Put that in the Big Think channel. I want people to see this. This is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, mark that.
I did.
All right. That. Okay. It looks nice. I'll say that.
Can I get
Also,
I get mad at
Casey,
Atlas?
make sure to put the cell architecture in the video. This is important.
Now, Phil, you say you want to get mad at Atlas. I think I'm more mad than you at Atlas. But go ahead. What do we got going?
Atlas, I'll just read exactly what I wrote in my notes. Atlas spends like 2 weeks hyping up this stupid fucking countdown for the Persona 5 Royal release date, and then it leaks during the fucking countdown. They're so fucking stupid. Why are they like this?
And I went, turns out the countdown, which listed it for February 20th, was too optimistic because the real date came out and it's coming out March 31st. But that also leaked hours early, so it got double leaked.
Just tell us things. You don't need to have an announcement that you're going to announce an announcement.
3 months out from a release of a minor upgrade of a re-release.
Persona 5 Royal is already out. You can buy it on Japanese PSN. They made a 2-week countdown with like images hype cycle for a localization of an upgraded version of a game you already played in 2017 that is coming out like 6 months after the Japanese release.
5 months.
5 months.
Which is still too long, but they beat my 6-month prediction.
Barely.
It's never been this bad. It's like, I'm sorry, if you are Atlas, the Western Atlas branch, you don't get to have fun countdown things for games because you're not making the games, you're just putting them in English. You're not presenting new content.
Also, if you're going to do a countdown to a release of a new game, not a re-release of an old game with new content. That's Let's do a mental exercise.
New.
Let's do a mental exercise, Bob.
Sure,
Bob. I'm gonna replace the game, and I'm gonna put a different game in there, and you tell me how you feel about this. Okay.
Okay.
It is the deluxe edition of The Last of Us 2. Could you imagine them doing a countdown?
Like Game of the Year edition.
arrogant Sony at it again.
Like, could you fucking imagine?
I wonder how many months late we're gonna get Persona Scramble.
Oh man, don't talk to me about that. That actually upsets me.
That's actually coming out on the same day, or like Royal and in English comes out the same day as Scramble.
That in
Japan.
Japanese.
Wait. So Scramble's releasing in Japan on the same day that the English version of Royale. Oh man, fuck. God damn.
Yeah.
Come on,
So the
guys.
actual if you want to spin it a little bit, the new game
That'll launch
Yeah.
3 months
Japan.
later and
And
not
then we
have
get-
any voice acting.
we get floppy seconds over here. Like,
I'm
I
actually-
hope they do that one faster,
Yeah. Me too.
please.
I really want to play that.
How
game.
long did the dancing ones take? So bad they got fucking cannibalized by importing because it's like they don't have stories. Why should we wait?
Yeah, if they had fucking stories, they would have been cannibalized, you idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking whatever.
Yeah, that's all of Atlas over there.
I would get more out of sticking my head in a toilet and yelling than yelling at Atlas.
The only people I know that had a passing interest in those rhythm games just bought them when they came out in Japan, and then a week
7
after that they
months.
died.
What? 7 fucking months. May in Japan, December in the United States.
Shout out to Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which came to PS4 with them, but only if you bought the bundle that had 5 and 3. Couldn't buy
Yeah.
it separately.
That was also insane. It's like pay $80-$90 or something to get this extra game.
Wait.
Oh, they localized that one real fast.
Oh, wait,
they
wait,
localized
wait a
that
second.
one in
Are you-
4 months.
Are you saying Persona 4 Dancing All Night came to the PS4, but you can only buy it as a part of a bundle?
Yep.
Yes.
That
was their deal.
madness.
They're like, here are these, I think it was like $50 or $60 priced rhythm games for 3 and 5. Buy both at once, and then you'll get the one that was on Vita.
You guys are insane. I just want to play that game.
This. I'm gonna keep saying this. Sega
no.
needs to go down to Atlas with a bat.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I agree with that.
This is insane. I actually want to play 4. I don't want to play the other 2.
Yeah, but no, that one's locked.
Just sell me 4. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Maybe they sell you 4 now because
No, I just looked it up.
Of course not.
Also, how insane is this? Check this out. You want
Sure.
3, you want Persona Dancing Endless Night Collection with Persona 3 and Persona 5 for $60?
Yeah.
Well, you might consider the fact that Persona 3 Dancing in the Moonlight only costs $20.
What?
Uh-huh. I'm staring at
sorry,
it
my
right now.
eyes dilated. What?
The dancing game for 3 only costs $20.
But the bundle with the 2 of them is 60.
Yeah, that's probably what they should have sold it at base because there's no story mode.
But who knows? Maybe that's a sale that's going to end soon. Also, this bundle with 3 and 5 doesn't... Okay, there it goes. It doesn't have any pictures that reference it, but if you read the text description, they still go, hey, 4 comes with this. Oh my god, fuck
it's
them.
It's not often that my brain goes, I really wish the owning company would start doing hostile meddling to get shit done. I usually don't think about that, but I'm like, say, get in there and tell them, give materials to the Western branch so they can localize the game at the same time.
Toshihiro Nagoshi needs to go down there and do a heat move on them.
Yeah, a couple those Atelier games, no one gives a shit about Atelier. How's that coming out faster? What are you doing? Like so many like lower tier AA RPGs get almost worldwide simultaneous launches, but Persona somehow can't get one of those.
I feel like it's because Atlas is just run by boomers. It's like, no, the fucking Gaijins will get it when we're done. We're at the point where that's the only thing that makes sense. Even Yakuza games come out faster now.
That's so fucking dumb.
they're barreling towards a future of worldwide launches for those, and I'm like, Sega, it's Sega.
If the next Yakuza game after Like a Dragon launches worldwide simultaneous release, and Atlas is still like 6-7 months, that'll be pathetic. They're the worst in the industry at this point.
I mean, after they said, they're like, Judgment did good, we might do simultaneous on if we make another one of those types of games. And I'm like, oh my god, come on with this shit.
This seems like a very fitting segment for me to shove the anecdote of, because someone posted in the Discord, I fell for a parody Twitter account saying that Atlas was wise enough to port Persona 4 Golden to anything other than the Vita.
But no, they'll never be that wise.
I'm so upset.
But no, that was the parody account that replaced the L with an uppercase I, so it's the exact same looking at.
Yeah.
And it had such great tweets like SMT5 is canceled because Persona 5 is more popular.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
And we regret to inform you we had to put Morgana down. Which I think is a very good tweet. I thought the real Atlas account posted that and they were hacked.
I'm really upset because I really do want to play Persona 4, but I don't want to have to play some worse version of it.
I want to go through it again, but it's just they're not giving me the chance.
You know, I'd like to play the stuff that's in Golden, but I'm not pulling my Vita out for that. Like, I played it on PS2. I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not digging out my PlayStation TV.
Oh, you can play it on the Vita TV though.
Can you? You both made that joke, but do you know?
Yes, I've played it on the PS TV before.
Okay. I have not, but I was assuming.
Yeah.
You can't always do that with the Vita TV. It's not. You don't know what's whitelisted or when it's whitelisted.
Yeah.
Sony's
like
constant motto: silent consumer.
I just want to play my PS1 games that I bought. Oh no!
So, Phil, do you have news that I don't know why it's here, but you might as well talk about it?
Oh, I just thought it was funny. Zero, the Smash player, is going to be exclusively streaming on Facebook Gaming. The streaming service so good, I did not know it existed until he announced this.
Bob, did you know it existed?
I did not know.
KZ, did you know it existed?
No, actually. I've seen people take deals, but I didn't know there was a Facebook Gaming specifically.
I also did not know it existed. That's a lot of streamers who didn't know it existed.
I think it's really funny because you see all the Mixer deals and he got
that's how it was in my head. It's like, oh god, okay, Facebook is like, who can we afford? And they just drop like a wadded up one and some pennies onto the counter. It's like a little kid going to the store. What does this get me? Just drops it on the counter.
Did you know that pro gamers go through a lot more than a football player?
Bob, did you see this?
No.
Did you fucking see this?
Are pro gamers getting concussions?
Bob,
okay.
I want you to engineer the tweet that caused KZ to say that.
Okay, you give me your version, I'll give you reality.
Okay, so
here,
a Smash streamer.
Okay.
Okay,
or a
sure.
Smash FGO member.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I like the start. Maybe
tweets about how his life is so hard he doesn't understand, like, oh wait, no, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's actually where Ninja's like, oh, why don't they just get somebody to kick a football?
I guess here's the reality then. So Ninja makes a tweet of, I don't get how field goal kickers can miss the goal, just kick better or whatever. Then someone responds to Ninja saying, I can't believe people can't get headshots in Fortnite. Just click. And then Ninja gets really mad and then says, there's so many things going through your head when you're playing Fortnite. You got to focus on this and this and this and this. And I'm like, oh my God. Why does this man, why is he going to be like a multi-millionaire? I'm so angry right now.
Why would you die on that hill? It's like, take the L. Immediately realize what you said was dumb, because good lord.
Nah, he's making gamers look great.
Ninja isn't capable of doing that.
I don't like Ninja at all. He is specifically engineered to harm me. This Halloween, he went as Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Fitting.
He had a Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora outfit with this dumb blue cat shark hair. All bad.
Like, I'm not a fan of football, but good lord, I would never sit there feeling like it doesn't take any skill.
Yeah, I've heard middle schoolers have better takes than that. That's a fucking problem.
It's crazy.
See, his initial take is stupid. And then his response to the person making fun of him is like he's from another planet.
Yeah, it's like just no.
It's
no,
like
wait, there's
maybe
more.
take a break.
That's basically what it amounted to.
it's incredible. Just like some casting choices made with some recent DLC in fighting games. Hey, KZ, want to talk about it?
All right, at the time of us recording it, Dragon Ball Super Broly is now out for Dragon Ball FighterZ. They have a new voice actor. They have a new voice actor for this version of Broly. It's Johnny Young Bosch from, Devil May Cry and 85 million other things.
I heard that guy's in a cool anime called Blitz.
Yes, Ichigo's going Super Saiyan in this game now.
The great
That's
anime.
cool.
I really, really like that it's just his hollow Ichigo yells constantly.
Yeah.
Can't handle it.
It's amazingly fitting. I don't think they could have cast better. I don't know.
I think he works. I think he works really well. I think him, being recast makes an infinite amount of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see. I hope that old Brawly has Vic's voice so that we get to have the Johnny on Boss versus him.
Oh, that's
Nobody
pretty
said
good.
that they changed it, so I can't imagine they patched it.
Yeah, because they
out.
probably didn't want to spend money on it. It's probably too much.
Right, like there's no reason.
No,
Like, how are they
they're
gonna make
all
money?
right, we've recast old Broly as Ben Diskin.
Funny. I really want them to redub the movie. To redub the new Broly movie.
The old
they need to release a non-green version anyway. Why not just redub it?
The old Broly is Sam Witwer. He's doing a bad Palpatine voice.
Yes! Yes!
For no reason, Broly just screams, "My wife!"
Oh,
I'm excited to play as Mr. Broly.
Yes.
Looks cool. Also, that dramatic finish they put out, which is over a minute long, and it's just the climax of the Broly movie.
I'm okay with
That's
this.
really long.
I'm okay with this.
Like you hit it, and they just recreated all the cool shit from
I saw
that fight.
It even has like the other random girl yelling from the sidelines.
They have like two shots of her Chilai summoning the dragon and trying to get Broly out.
There's actually another Dragon Ball FighterZ thing because people data mined the update.
Yeah, they did.
Ooh,
So season 3 is happening. That's
hype.
there's going to be some kind of teaching mode, which nobody knows if that's a new, like a better training mode, better tutorial. Because God, the tutorial.
Here's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like the Blaze Blue Teach Me Miss Lychee mode.
Oh please, I need this.
It's with Frieza.
No, it's with
That'd
the
be
new Dragon
really
Ball Z
funny.
Kakarot character. Whatever
Bone
Field
you?
remembers her name. There you go.
Don't phone you.
I was hoping it was just going to be Mitch Lychee again.
It's just Miss Lychee with Saiyan hair.
Yes.
But somebody also found since
Gohan in the Tao Kaka robe.
Oh my God, Gohan in the Taukaka robe is too good. Bob, stop it.
If anybody wants to make some fan art for this episode, there you go.
That would be
I
it.
think since they must have started work on Jiren before Super was actually over, he doesn't have a dramatic finish with Goku, and apparently they're adding that.
Yeah, people were able to like see it with some animations, but it was like based on another fight, so it's clipping everywhere. But it's like a Goku Frieza dramatic finish against Jiren, and I'm like, yeah, I see parts that are recreated from that scene in the show. I'm really excited to see how hard they go on that.
I'm really glad that so many corporate interests are involved, so that way ArcSys can't go, We're done making DLC for this one. Buy the next game, which has fewer characters than this game minus the DLC, or plus the DLC. Because that shit got old.
Yeah.
That shit gets old constantly.
Super Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dun, 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 dun. Buy the music again.
I'm excited to see us get Ultra Instinct Goku in the next season of content.
As I told Xeon a million years ago, fuck you, Xeon.
Yes.
I love Broly. I want 4 Gokus and 2 Brolys, and I got them.
You got like 5 Gokus or some shit.
I'm always up for more Gokus. I don't have Goku Super Saiyan 3 yet.
Yep.
I hope they take GT Goku out into the field and shoot his little knees out.
What, nerf him?
What happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
he's like
nerf him,
the
'cause
best
he's a
character in the
fucking
game
nightmare.
right now.
Yeah, he's a nightmare.
I mean, they have those big finals, I think, coming out this month or next month, which is likely when they're gonna announce the next season, and then they'll bust out the baseball bat on the characters you like.
Maybe Chi-Chi gets in.
That'd be good.
I'd be fine with Chi-Chi. I want Roshi. I want Kefla, not the 2 that make her up. Fuck them. Only together.
Okay.
We need Jace.
Wanker.
If I had to pick somebody from the Ginyu Force, I'd want Raccoon more because he's cooler. He is cooler.
Raccoon fucking sucks, dude. He's like that Spider-Man clip of the Rhino going, why'd I do that?
Yes! That is why I want him. I feel like there's so many potential picks now or duds. Like, are they gonna put fucking BoJack in this game?
I need Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I need Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I could probably get 1 or 2 Gokus after that.
Yes, one of them, Turles. We need Turles in this game.
100%. Yes, Turles. Yes.
Goku Jr. from the GT movie.
And I'm also gonna need Garlic Jr. 100%.
Yes.
They could put that.
He
big,
has an
they,
install.
They could put that big stupid bear asshole in, who's like who looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Who?
He's from Super, the part of Super you didn't get to because you gave.
Oh God,
okay.
no, not that.
I mean, we need PyCon before we get that. Come on.
Yes, when's PyCon?
Yeah, when is PyCon?
PyCon spins and becomes a tornado of fire. Not many people can do that.
That's pretty cool.
They should bring over his Bruce Falconer theme. It's really good.
Thank you, KZ, for the transition. I would like to know, everyone, I've been checking out a new service. Trust me, it's relevant. Called Amazon Music HD, where you can stream music to your computer or phone that is CD quality and higher quality sometimes. Guys, you know what's on there in CD quality? You know what you can get losslessly streamed to everything? Bruce fucking Falconer soundtracks.
What else do you fucking need?
Exactly. That's $12 a month. Fine, sure. Right now.
Oh my God, that on your headphones, Dan doesn't hold out. Please tell me.
It's pretty great.
Okay.
I'm more surprised at how much better it sounds than the decades-old MP3s I've been listening to.
For some reason, I thought
Your
you were going to
taste
go
is
to
impeccable.
KZ's insane HD microphone thing.
No, 4K microphones.
4K microphone.
I was gonna make a reference to him.
But no, Amazon Music HD, what they do is they label anything that is like a lossy format, like MP3, they don't put a label there. But if it's CD quality, they call it HD. And then if it's high resolution, like 24-bit or 96 kilohertz or whatever, they call that Ultra HD. And that had me cracking up so much that I changed my Discord message to available in Ultra HD.
I was wondering what the fuck that had to do with anything. I was like, oh God, he must be doing something weird.
Dude, fucking when they're like, you can get your Coldplay in Ultra HD, I lost my mind.
All right, you're selling me on this. I have no money, but you're selling me on this.
We tried to watch Solo on Netflix first.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, we booted it up on Netflix. That movie's really dark. That movie looked like garbage on Netflix. I don't know if Disney trolled them and handed them a really lossy torrent or something. It just looked really fucking rough, and we made a decision we've never made before. We made it less than 4 minutes in and said, "Hey, is there a red box with a Blu-ray? Because it's only $2. So let's just go fucking rent it." Because it looked like shit.
And you liked your experience
visually, yeah.
Did help a lot.
The color grade is awful, but the film actually looks relatively fine outside of that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. No, that's But Bruce Falconer music and CD quality.
Bruce Falconer's raw.
Yeah, he is.
Good work.
Some of those are pretty raw. The piano theme is pretty raw.
Yeah, the one that's all do 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 do.
Yep, man.
I'm also a big fan of the Mystic Gohan theme.
Oh yeah.
It's like it starts with like the weird horns.
Yeah. I know the exact theme, but that one's harder to beatbox.
This is how I really connect with Dan. Bruce Falconer tracks.
Yeah. But seriously, we should add them to fighters.
I would pay.
I mean,
I'd pay like $25 just to get like a set of the best Bruce Falconer tracks.
I'm kind of surprised that hasn't existed yet, but I guess the Japanese side is in charge of all of this.
Get that raw ass fucking Vegeta theme that sounds like butt rock, where he's like learning to become Super Saiyan, and he's like, and then it starts going into a sick fucking guitar solo. That shit is so hammy, Bob. It's
sure.
so fucking
It's been
delightful.
so long. I need to hear more.
When you hear about how there was a mandate for when Bruce Falconer had to do the compositions, which was there must always be music playing during every second of the show.
Yeah.
So there's just so much ambient bullshit in that soundtrack. It's so great.
It's honestly really cool. And we've been watching certain Dragon Ball related media for certain other podcasts we do. Let me tell you, Bruce Falconer music is holding up a lot better because it was mastered a lot better than some of that music in the It's to the point where they turn off a song that's playing and you hear the static just completely drop out because they recorded it onto cassettes or something.
There's always a techno thing we can find from Dan, and now I'm gonna hear it.
So let's finish off this news. What do you got for me, KZ?
All right, so there's a near 10th anniversary website opening up saying please look forward to news, which means that maybe they'll show off the next Nier project, either at the Game Awards or the Jump Festa that happens at the end of the month.
Or maybe they convinced Yoko Taro to let them remake the original Nier into like a game people want to play in 2019.
You don't have to convince him of anything, Dan. Here's how it works. We want to do that. Will you give me money? Yes. It's done. It was like, yo, you added this character to Soul Calibur 6. Could 2B appear in Smash if Nintendo gives me money? will you port Nier Automata to Switch? And he said, I'll port it to the Super Nintendo if they pay me.
That is good.
What a respectable man.
That statement that came where he went, I don't care if Atlas goes under, but Vanillaware's important. I'm buying 13 Sentinels.
Valid.
We all need to buy that game, no matter how bad and not a game it is.
No matter how little of a game it is. Please post more of your porn at Jason Schreier so he gets upset.
Never forget. Never forget. Surprisingly, we talked about last week about an alleged Resident Evil 3 remake coming out next year. PSN just listed the fucking game.
Good.
It's real. It's either showing up, most likely showing up at a State of Play next week, because it sounds like Jeff Keighley said it's not showing up.
Yeah, he said it's not. He said it's not there.
There were never plans for it. There are 10 other announcements of new games there, so that's
going to be crazy. We definitely have plans around that.
Game Awards have been really hyped the last few years. I'm glad that Jeff Keighley came in and was like, let's make a show near the end of the year where there's going to be cool stuff.
Yeah. First year was rough because he was getting into it. Yeah, the first couple were rough, but you can see an arc of getting better and better. And last year...
Last year was really good.
That fucking Joker video is insane.
The year where he stole Angry Joe's soul was good.
If he did that on stage, I would say that was something you should congratulate the actual event for. Bob, have you seen this?
No, I don't think
Angry Joe tried to call Jeff Keighley a shill at his own fucking show.
That was during the Spike. That was during the Spike era.
It
gets better. Rough. It gets better because Angry Joe the previous year was like, "This has so many problems. It's so bullshit." And Jeff Keighley's like, "Hey, why don't you come up? Why don't you come up here, buddy?" And Angry Joe tried to banner, and Jeff Keighley was like, "Oh, I'm a million times better at bannering than you, Joe." And then Joe just fell apart. He's like, "Oh God, I'm in front of people. Oh God, I have to talk."
Yeah. It seems like they've had their reformed arc, or at least Angry Joe has, because he's appeared in most of Jeff's shows at E3 after that.
That's
where he's
funny.
a part of their panel discussing like how conferences did and stuff, which I think is like, oh, okay, character development. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 is just the remake exists. It's coming out next year.
I'm glad.
Nemesis
That's what
has
I want.
big teeth.
Yeah.
God,
Nemesis
he
is
looks
very cool.
so gross. It's great.
It is fantastic.
New Nemesis looks like he's fucking melting. He looks like Joe Biden.
Stop it!
I'm very excited for this. This is basically the number one thing I wanted. I really wanted to see Resident Evil 3 happen.
Nemesis just biting Jill's finger.
God damn it. Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, he got me. I can't. That was a good turnaround, though. That game uses a lot of RE2 assets. I never played RE3. I was just hearing people talk about it.
Was anybody else scared? Because the first time I saw new Jill, or not new Jill, who the fuck is... Yeah, I guess it's Jill. Yeah, it's Jill. I was like, did they make her look like Mia Jovovich? Is that who's modeling her? Just for a second, because it kind of looks like her.
I mean, you have that backwards, but I get it.
That's also extra weird. Isn't Jill in the movies anyway?
It's complicated.
Oh,
please
fuck.
don't talk to me about the movies.
Well,
Claire is in the movies, but I don't know if Jill is.
Bob, it's so complicated.
Wait, no, I have that backwards again.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bob,
my
don't.
God.
Bob,
I can't.
No,
Okay.
stop. Do not think the Resident Evil movies.
Given that he said it's not going to be there, most likely a state of play will happen. It will be bad for 80%, but they'll show that trailer on a Thursday afternoon.
What are you talking about? This is the state of play. They're unveiling the PS5.
I'm a shit.
That'd be insane if they're like, yeah, we need to reveal this because we have stuff planned to show at Jeff Keighley's show in a couple days.
Microsoft has been talking a lot of shit if they have stuff on deck to... Don't worry about it.
He fucking posted Nemesis and Joe Biden in a tweet just now.
God damn it, Phil. God damn it.
I'm excited. Resident Evil's had a really good track record this gen.
Nemesis just breaks through a wall to get Jill. Listen to music. Put on the record player before your kids go to bed.
Nemesis hits up the headlines telling people to stop lying and do push-ups.
I fought a man named Corn Pop.
The last piece of news that I have listed, because that's the only way we're going to get out of this. New Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC info came out. The only way real news comes out about video games at a Japanese concert that 300 people are in, and they're the only ones that get the news properly. They didn't show a trailer, but they confirmed that there will be one later this month, and they'll do the release date and everything. When asked, he's like, I could show you the trailer and release date here, but my employers will get mad, which is usually his response anytime someone asks him a question where he's like, I can't tell you about this. I'm not allowed. They're adding new difficulty modifiers to this game that seemingly sound like you can just hit them from a menu. One of them is Fast Pass, based on the thing you get in theme parks where you can like speed through a game. You'll get a lot of the commands instantly. You'll deal a lot more damage. And then Black Code, which I have no idea how they named this thing. It is a mode in which there is a shit ton of variables that you can add to the game that change how it works. You can disable healing. You can disable various different things. It's hearing one word like your MP drains, and it's just a bunch of things that'll make the game harder. and they said they ran through the list very quickly on stage, and people said there was a lot. So I'm hoping that it'll make challenge runs of that really interesting. So I'm hoping there's some good stuff there, which will be good for people who want to like fine tune the difficulty to be something they really like. And the last thing is they're adding a photo mode to the game that goes beyond just Sora. You can get most of the main cast in this photo mode, and you can reverse engineer scenes and locations with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, here's the scene from Kingdom Hearts 358 where Xion is fighting Axel, and they recreated that in the KH3 engine with the photo mode.
Well, that's neat.
And
I never
other
would
stuff
have
like
expected that.
You can drop in Master Xehanort, but make him have a happy face. And I'm like, oh god, this isn't good.
I cannot wait for the photo of Sykes crying in a corner as Xion, Roxas, and Axel T-pose around him.
They're going after the MMD community where people are just making dumb meme videos. This could be the best and worst thing at the same time. But this seems pretty meaty, because I was just expecting the usual, all right, there's a story thing, there's some extra bosses, some new music, but they keep adding stuff on top, so I'm excited to see the release date finally. The trailer. Yeah, give us a date. It could show up at any time, anywhere. Anywhere it could show up. That's it. That's it for our news.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
We sure do have a lot of Star Wars coming up.
We do.
Ooh.
As it turns out, over the next week, we've got nothing but Star Wars coming out. We've got a podcast about Star Wars. We've got Star Wars. We got Yoda stories.
Yes!
Yoda stories where the intro text crawl outs the game as being a piece of shit.
I think that's the only game this month I've had to take my headphones off to play.
Yeah, we've got a lot. I don't want to talk about it too much in case things move around a bit, which is incredibly likely. But yeah, we've got a lot of Star Wars videos coming out every single day, so please check it out on youtube.com/GigaBoots. KZ, what do you got going on?
Well, I played all of Fire Emblem to be done with it over the course of 4 days since we recorded the podcast on the Thanksgiving break. So I'm done until DLC comes out. But I'll like cool. that because it's not the same game a third time. So I'm very pumped. That's going to be coming out.
Half.
That first half is crazy. I got that done, so I'm making more episodes of Trails in the Sky the Third. Still not that far into it, because I burned myself out because I made 40 Fire Emblem videos in 3 days. And
weren't you doing a fucking visual novel? Did you finish that, or did it just never
I have no money, so I haven't been able to buy it. So I just pushed it further back in the schedule to be after Fire Emblem.
You posted
Bird made art of that 8 weeks ago. And I literally may have told him, all right, man, can you make a thumbnail out of this? I own this game, so I'll start this before that. Anyway, yeah, I could do that. And we got it done. And yeah, the videos are going to continue to come out. That's my week. How about feel?
I'll be also taking part in Star Wars Month in some way.
That's accurate,
You know?
Yes.
I hope your video is as long as mine.
Fuck you. I'm not getting trapped in his game for that long.
Well, this would be pretty funny. Beat the entire game.
Oh, that takes 4 hours.
Okay.
If you're really good at it. But I think there's just one more thing we can say at the end of this podcast.
Don't you dare say it.
Wampa Stompa!
Wampa Stompa!
Wampa Stompa! Wampa Stompa!
Thanks for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more gamer premonitions and big think to mention in the future.
The GigaBoots videos for this holiday season have been brought to you by our generous executive producers, Vincent Pover, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, Red Blaze 27, and Dandy Cageford. Thank you very much to our incredibly important executive producers. And also these guys. If you want to join the fight for good content, then go support us on patreon.com/gigaboots to become an executive producer today.